everyone! Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines a roller coaster as an elevated railway constructed with sharp curves and steep inclines on which cars roll. So basically, it's a little choo-choo train rolling around some steep and sharp places. You know, all just like that, right? Anyways, nowadays roller coasters are getting taller, faster, and steeper to push the limits of what our bodies can handle. As for me, I will never get taller, I can't handle getting faster, and the only thing getting steep is my tea. But anyways, back to roller coasters. Not everyone is a fan of them. What I am a fan of is this sweater. Whoa, look, another smooth segue. Click the link in the bio to check it out and use code MA10 for $5 off. Hey most amazing fam, my name is Abby and today I'm bringing you videos of people scared out of their minds by roller coasters. Some of them you're just like, ugh, could be pretty scary for them, I'm sorry, and the other ones you're like, kind of have to laugh at. Anyways, this is top 10 scary times people freaked out on roller coasters. And okay, I get that a bunch of you might not be big fans of roller coasters, and I have friends that are that way too. You know who you are, but I like them. I think they're a blast, and I can't do the ones that like rattle my head because I had a concussion once and that freaks me out. But a lot of these, they look like pretty smooth rides, but some of them aren't, and while roller coasters might not scare me, they do scare these people. So let's jump into it. Let's look at number 10. It starts with these two guys strapped in, and while the guy on the right is looking calm, cool, and collected, the guy on the left is looking anything but. He's not having any of it. This guy is fearing for his life, and the guy next to him is giving him this little smile like, oh, I guess it's not your thing. But this guy's eyes, it's just like, ha, and his screams. Like, this guy was not having any of it, but I just find it so funny that in most of these videos, the person next to them is like, laughing right at them. Okay. Anyways, on to number 9. We have two guys on a more rattly roller coaster, and again, we have a friend having the time of their life while the other friend is freaking out. My freak out friend on the left sounds like a siren when he's screaming no. And so you can hear it, it's like, no, no, no. All of his words are high pitched and strung together, while the guy in the blue tank top is thriving. One hand is up in the air and the other is just like down, and he's just having the time of his life, like, yes, roller coaster, take me away. Exactly. I find this happens a lot, just all the time. Me and a friend, I'll just be like, yes, loving it, while my friend is like, death grip, silent, nothing. Anyways, on to number 8, we have a heartwarming dad and daughter duo. It starts with the daughter saying, hold on dad, and then it leads to this. His eyes are shut, and he is shouting, never again, Grace Elizabeth. Like, this guy whipped out the middle name of his daughter. Must be serious. And the best part of this entire thing is this girl is overjoyed the entire time. And then after the ride is done, even though he said he would never do it again, the clip shows that he stays and does it again for a second time for his daughter. Like, he's all cool and he's just being like, she's like, are you sure? And he's just like, yeah, let's go another one. And she is pumped, like immediately you see her like swinging her fists in a little dance, like, oof. And it leads to another freak out like this. But he survived a freak out for family, and that's noble. Anyways, talking about family, we have number 7, which is mom's first roller coaster. And this woman looks like she's howling at the moon for the majority of the video. So the woman recording this video brought her son to Legoland, Florida for his 11th birthday, and grandma decided to come too. At age 67, the grandma of the birthday boy had never been on a roller coaster in her entire life, and the mom recording the video saw this as obviously a great opportunity to record this, and she told her mom, don't look down, because her mom's afraid of heights, which is very nice. Also, my mom's afraid of heights, so I'd probably tell her the same thing. But that's why 67-year-old lovely grandma looks like she's howling at the moon the entire time. But props for being a good sport for her grandson. Like, that's so sweet. All these people, so nice. Putting their freakouts at risk on camera for family. Anyways, this next guy at number 6 is answering trivia questions while on the ride. He flips out and ends up having a hard time hearing the questions over screams, and the screams are probably his own, honestly.
What team did the Los Angeles Dodgers play? Oh my God! anything! Oh my god!
The clip is from a show called Brain Rush that aired on Cartoon Network over 10 years ago, and if you keep watching the clip, you can hear the guy asking him questions laugh at the guy who's trying to answer them. And then while the guy is screaming, this guy answering the questions, the guy is trying to keep his head in the game, which same thing I would do, and he's asking the quizzer to repeat the questions. He's just going like, repeat, but like screaming the entire time. And honestly, it sounds like when I was on the Reach team in high school, which is kind of like Jeopardy, but the difference in this situation is that I knew nothing. So I'd be like, repeat, repeat please, repeat. But anyways, when they were done and the ride stopped, he asked, are we done? He obviously looked super scared. The difference with the ride was his ride made him scream, where the questions in the trivia would have made me scream, because I'm not the best at that under pressure. But anyways, on to number 5. This is happening at the Goliath roller coaster at Six Flags in Georgia, and the girl absolutely flips. Emotionally, I mean. The girl's anxiety was not eased at all by the guy behind her yelling that the ride was gonna break. Like, he's just being like, it's gonna break. Like, that's not gonna help her out, man. Anyways, she screams, this is not fun, repeatedly while crying. And she's just not having it at all. You think maybe she's enjoying it and then the tears are just maybe the wind in her eyes, but no. Going into it, she's covering her face so she doesn't look at what she's getting into, and then it just evolves into blood-curdling screams like something from a horror movie. Honestly, I think she should look into being an extra in a horror movie because she could make a killing. That was a joke. Anyways, on to number 4, we have a rickety ride. Okay, so this one I like because it feels like a metaphor for my life.
Oh, this is not so bad.
This is not so bad, and then he just freaked out. The kid thinks he's so good, so chill in the beginning, and then just goes right into screaming. And his dad, who is recording the video, knows better, obviously. This video was uploaded by Ken W on YouTube, and the shade he threw at his son in the description box, just listen to this. My 7-year-old son decided he wanted to battle the roller coaster. Looks like the roller coaster won. A lot of exclamation points. Notice how he tried to act like he wasn't scared at the end of the ride. Gosh, I could even notice in the video you could hear some of the dad's laughs in the background behind his son's screams, so that's kind of fun. I feel like my parents would do the same thing, but like in a fun way. I feel like the son would appreciate it. And okay, we are going to have to censor the next kid because he has a potty mouth. At number 3, we have a screamer on a swing. This happened at the Family Fun Center in Tukwila, Washington on a ride called the Screaming Swing, and oh boy, it lived up to its name. This kid is screaming swear words to the older kid that must have been the one to convince him to go on this ride.
You're fine.
And the best part is at the end when the older guy says, that was fun. The kid says, no it wasn't, with so much disdain in his voice, and it's so funny and I shouldn't be laughing, but like I am. Like, aren't you? On to number 2, we have a video uploaded by Jenna Corsten. She's riding a roller coaster at Cedar Point, and before the big drop she even says, it's gonna be lit.
Pop goes the wheel.
She is screaming, like, I don't even know a good metaphor for this, give me one, but she's screaming, and then after screaming, falling silent, more screaming, a string of curse words, she calls out for mommy, which, sweetie, you know it's scary when you're calling out for mommy. She just is screaming for so long this entire video, her voice is probably gonna hurt. Like, she might just need medical attention from her mom, like, let's be real. And I kind of wonder if it was her first roller coaster or if she was just really enthusiastic, because like the video's long and I think she's holding onto her own phone, and that in itself, that death grip, that's hard to do. But let's go on, because last but most definitely not least, at number 1, we have a first-time rider. He seems to start off having a good old time with his dad, and his dad's recording the whole experience, but then the speed picks up and this kid's life is flashing before his eyes. I mean, look at his eyes, like, This boy went from being excited to being the next oracle looking into the future and being overwhelmed by the cruel realities of his life. All the while, his dad is beside himself just chuckling and enjoying, and like if you pull up the footage in freeze frame on this dad's smile, the dad is like loving it. The whole time, like, this kid's reaction is priceless, and I can't wait to share this with my pals at the water cooler at work. Like, they're just classic dads. But alright, most amazing fam, that's been my top 10 scary times people freaked out on a roller coaster, and which was your favorite? Well, I'll vouch for the order I put them in. That kid cussing out his brother on a swing, right? No. Well, I'll vouch for the order I put them in. That kid cussing out the other guy on the swing was really funny, and the grandma howling on the roller coaster was too, just because the images were so funny. And while I was looking these up, I found a treasure trove of slingshot ride freakouts I think you'd like, so give me a comment down below if that's something you'd like to see. While you're down there, give it a like, subscribe, check out a playlist, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Anyways, goodbye!